What's going on, guys? It's Jay, aka It's Ghost Story, back with another Phantom Parade tier list video. So today is going to be a ranking video. This is not going to be a meta video, first and foremost. Like, just so I can put this 100% out there, this is not like a meta ranking video. This is not a tier like by strength ranking. This isn't a who you should summon ranking. This is my enjoyment. Which units did I personally enjoy the most in my first year in Phantom Parade? And now, obviously, on Global, we got basically 2 years worth of content in the span of 1 year. And I'm also kind of cheating on this tier list because my cutoff is going to be Mahito, even though he did release, after 2025 for us Global players. I'm still going to count him because he is a part of the first anniversary. So I'm going to count him in the first year. So I have 15 characters, 5 honorable mentions, and then I'm going to try and make a top 10 off the top of my head. But these are the 15 that I came to the initial conclusion to for characters that I had the most fun with in the terms of this year. Now, a lot of them are from the second anniversary, from JP that came to Global. But, I mean, can you guys really deny how fun these new units are? But let's just get started. So, first things first, we got honorable mentions. And honorable mentions aren't going to be in any hyper-specific order. It's mainly going to be for units that, I enjoyed, but I don't feel like they make the cut for top 10, or they're very contentious for, the 10 slot. So, first things first, a new character, well, not new, but a new character to me in terms of usage. I'm going to put Yellow Mechamaru in honorable mentions. He is really fun. By the time this video comes out, the Floor 84 clear video will be up. And I've actually been having a blast going back to old Yellow content and using Yellow Mechamaru, the break damage. I also really enjoy his animations, the poses he does, and his skill too. He's not really he can be a damage demon, don't get me wrong, but I mainly utilize him for his break, and I kind of like the gameplay loop that him and Yellow Yuji have, but I haven't played around with him enough to justify putting him in the top 10. I also feel like if I did put him in the top 10, it would be super heavy recency bias on the fact that he's one of the key factors that helped me clear Floor 84, which was such a painful headache. Okay. Now, next honorable mention is my boy Red Yuta. Now, Red Yuta, here's the thing, guys. With Red Yuta, I do love this unit. I mean, I have him A5. He has a Phantom Seal. Every single one of my skills on that Yuta is at 10. But there's also just so many glaring issues I have with his kit. I wish that the RCT passive, you could choose when you could do it. Because when it occurs, it could actually screw you over, your damage rotation turns. I mean, yeah, if it does happen, there's a chance that you can push you to get ultimate a little bit earlier. But if I had the choice, I would like to choose when I use his healing. Also, the fact as well that I don't like waiting a long amount of turns before I'm able to charge ult again. And the curse energy efficiency we get after using ultimate is pretty cool, I guess. Don't get me wrong, 20 CE to use skill 3 is cool. But then once you're able to build up ult gauge again, it goes back to 30. So then it's just Yuta's basic gameplay loop. And God forbid you don't hit Black Flash, and now you're just back to spamming skill 1 until you're able to do skill 3. There's just a high chance of you having so many dead turns with this unit. And I feel like they had the right answers for his kit, they just executed it poorly. So that's why Yuta's not in the top 10, he's in honorable mentions. Now next up in the honorable mentions section is, holy, this is difficult. I'm not gonna lie, Charlie. This feels constricting almost. I'll say Choso. So Choso is a unit that I have a lot of fun with. But at the exact same time, I do feel like the places that I do use Choso in at the moment, like, he's not really the main show factor on a lot of my teams for the most part. Like, I feel like because of the fact that we had second anniversary for JP happen, and then it came to global very quickly afterwards, like, his shelf life as like a mainstay or like the main focal point of my team dissipated pretty quickly. And the fact that there's no, tower floors in the 80s that are green Jujutsu. So he's kind of just there as a glorified debuffer, purely just debuffer, even though he does have the capabilities of being a pure sub DPS with debuffing, of course. But there's no Jujutsu stages. So you don't really see his damage shine at all because there's no Jujutsu 80s at all. So that's why Choso is right here. And next, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm feeling like very constricted by my own template. Holy. Next up, putting the boy Yaga up here. Yaga has helped me through a lot, man. I really do enjoy playing with Yaga, but there's also just a lot of other strong picks that have helped me throughout the game. I also, pretty sure I spoke about in my account showcase video, that I did pick up Yaga pretty late. Like, I didn't pick up Yaga until the Standard Banner update where he dropped. And I already said I very much regretted that, but there was nothing I can do about it. But I have spent a lot of time using this unit. This unit has so much versatility. He is really fun to use, but at the same time, there's so many other units on this list that are also really, really fun to use, or I also just kind of have an extensive history with overall. So this next slot, look at all these heavy hitters we got down here, man. Jeez. Next, my boy Domain Megami. Now, this was really hard because I was just thinking in my head, like, is he going to be number 10? And the reason why Domain Megami is an honorable mention is because everybody else down there is kind of a stupendous heavy hitter. But I will give him his flowers. The OG Domain man. If you don't have half Annie Gojo, he's right here. His shelf life, it's getting to that point where he's like fallen off from being on the main yellow team completely. And I will not forget everything he's done for me since he came out in the early game. Since, if I remember correctly, he was the third featured SSR in the game. I'm pretty sure we went green SSR Yuji on global, into Junpei, into Megami. So he's been with us since the very beginning. I've had him since the very beginning. And when I struggled with a lot of content, he was always there to help me out. So he has to be at least in honorable mentions at minimum. But at number 10, without a shadow of a doubt, it's Blue Momo. Blue Momo, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. The 4-turn, 3-turn buffers, they're amazing. We had our, come on, let's look forward. We have our Shoko 1. We have our Shoko 2. We have our Teen Nanamis. But back then, man, if you wanted a unit to move mountains for your team, you had to pick up Momo. Momo was an undeniable character in the early game. Like, in fact, when it came to picking characters to help you get basically carried through early Illusory Tower, like, if you had Momo, Illusory Tower should quite literally be like a snooze fest for the entirety of the beginner stages. And I'm like, when I mean beginner, I mean like Momo should make the floors a snooze fest until like floor 50 or so. So she is the GOAT. She really deserves an SP, in my opinion. Make this buff like 4 turns or something. Make the ultimate a little bit more cracked. I don't know. Make the ultimate take away 2 alt counts or something. Anything. But Momo was undeniable, and she's falling off in usage for my teams because, Blue, for example, it's the debuff nation standing up, man. Like, the spot where I would usually have Momo, SP Ghetto took. So it's hard to place her around on teams. and I wouldn't really choose her over like the damage that Kamo can give, or the same debuffing and damage that Blue Inumaki can give. So I miss using her, but like I'm not gonna force myself to use her. Okay. Now next at number 9. Ooh. This is gonna make me burst into tears. Holy. We're gonna go Toji. Okay. Now, I was originally, when there was the war between who was the better red, Toji or Yuta, I was on Team Yuta for the longest time. But I wouldn't, obviously Yuta currently as he stands is a better overall unit than Toji. But back in the day, Toji, I definitely used Toji a lot more than I did Yuta for a really long time. And I didn't pick Yuta back up until I was forced to, because obviously floor 80 is the Jujutsu stage. So until like I was forced to use red Jujutsu in specific, I mean, I would pick Toji over Yuta just in general for red tower floors in general. Inverted Spear of Heaven, really nice skill too. If you combine him with Nimble Body Yuji with his skill 1, you're gonna get black flashes like crazy. Man has like a passive that you can spend all day trying to read. Damage reduction, dodge, immunity to domains, the blah 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 blah. This guy, an undeniable force, I will say, and he's still prevalent in the meta because you can still clear the most difficult red taijutsu content with this unit. So, still an undeniable force nonetheless. Now, next up on the list of units with the fun, and you guys notice there's a lot of Yuji units left here. I will say, coming up next. Hold on, guys. I got a low-key lock in here. You know what? I'll be honest with myself, or we'll go number 7. I'll have Red Mahito. Now, Red Mahito is fun. Don't get it twisted. Wait. I said number 7. 10, 9. No, it's 8. 8, my bad. Number 8 is Mahito. Okay. With Mahito, it's kind of weird because I really do enjoy his game plan. I enjoy what he does for Red Team in general. But I feel like the biggest amount of fun I get from this unit is when he enters his transform state in his ultimate. So, and like that's where majority of his main strength lies. So it kind of feels like for the beginning phases of a fight, like you're just trying your hardest to get to the transform state. And I'm not saying he's a boring unit when you're not transformed, but it's very clear, like obviously they reused animations from, the green Mahito for his skill 3. And skill 2 was already used from another Mahito boss, and same with skill 1. It's the real fresh and cool stuff are when he transforms. And I enjoy him, but he doesn't go any higher than where he is, because obviously I made a 1 hour plus long glaze video on the guy. He's got to be somewhere in the top 10. Now, next in terms of overall fun factor for me personally, I'm gonna go with Green G. Now, with Green G, I have a mixed history with my boy. I already brought this up in the account showcase video, guys. This man evaded me for a lot of cubes. I spent a lot of cubes to get this guy when he first came out. Like a lot of cubes. More than I should before there was pity. So it was kind of a waste overall because he was going to be on standard banner. And I knew that he was going to come back. But I still wanted the guy. And I was there back in the day when that unit, everybody's like Yellow Nabar is better. Some people were even saying Blue Jogo before his SP was better. And I said it, man. I said it to my friends who were playing the game at the time. Like, just wait until they add an EZA-like system, and this unit is gonna like run the game wholeheartedly. And then they add the potential unlock system. They gave him his SP, and this man, I mean, mind you, he is basically replaced now by the new PPA Yuji that came out. That's right here, but I can't deny, like, this man, like, this unit has quite literally been with me since day one, and I have taken him across content in the game over the span of the entire year. And even though Culling Game Yuji still exists, it doesn't invalidate his existence totally, because you could still use this guy if you'd want to, because it's not like there's any content that this guy can do that he can't do right now either. So it's just happened to be the fact that this guy's just better, you know? But I've had a lot of great and fun memories with the Green G, pre-SP and after SP. Now, next, over here, I'm going to go, guys, I'm going to go with Blue Yuta. Now, I've had a wonderful time with this character. Like a blast. Like, I glaze this character every chance I get when it comes to Blue. I will say, in my opinion, his animations do feel a little bit on the stiffer side in comparison to other units that came out recently. His animations do feel kind of stiff a little bit, in my opinion. But the character in itself, like, he's ridiculously fun. I can't deny a character who has stupid break damage, stupid curse energy increase, a very, very good ultimate damage multiplier. He has a pure taijutsu status and a pure jujutsu status in between, like, if he pops ult or not. All in all, phenomenal character, especially because of the fact as well, like, he buffs himself if he fights bosses, he increases break damage, like, he's great. And the unit art, chef kiss. Still got to do a unit or tier list one day, but that's not today. However, this Yuta, he's gonna sit at the spot below 1 through 5. So now we have the finals of who's gonna make it in order of my top 5 most fun units, I thought, of, like, overall this year. And so just put in the guy first. Anniversary Gojo, undeniably one of the most fun characters in the game. He's fun in the sense of just, like, if you're able to play a floor and you can just drop him in there, the floor is kind of just free eats at that point, for the most part, where he is able to operate. Now, a lot of people, especially in my comments, you guys are aware that he is falling off, but I can't deny the reign that he had as, like, the best of the best was really fun. It was really good. Like, the run he had, undeniable. When I get to use him, I use him with pride. And you combine him with other really cool red units. You combine him with Yuta, you get really good benefits. You combine him with Mahito, really good benefits. You combine him with Yuji, really good benefits. Toji, the whole 9 yards. He just made everything fun. And he also wasn't just for red. He was for every color. Up until, like, you know, in the 70s, where you can't build alt charge with other, you know, units of different color. Beforehand, man, like, you could just smack this guy on any color team and just run the floor. And I kind of miss that versatility in Phantom Parade. Coming up next, Todo. What can I say? How many videos do I have to make on Todo before people realize this might just turn into a Todo Glaze channel? This unit, his gameplay loop is so unapologetically fun. The idea of just being able to attack up to 3 times per turn is fantastic. Making a DPS style support unit, amazing idea. Having multiple different counterattack options, or just follow-up attack options. Having a new shadow style simple domain, you know, being a mad crit stacker, being able to hit like multitudes of black flashes in his ultimate. Like I'm pretty sure the most I've seen in a video for myself, I've hit like 6 black flashes in a row, and it was beautiful to see. And this unit obviously has the change state after he pops black flash. Like he's undeniably way too fun to use, and quite literally probably will be usable for as long as we can see in the future, as long as there is a green unit in the game that's even remotely close to being meta that also black flashes. Like he will be relevant, and his card art is phenomenal. Can't deny it either. Beautiful card art. Need I say more? I've already made enough videos about Todo. Coming up next, Red Yuji. We've already made plenty of content on this guy. In fact, I know some of you guys that are in the Discord server, y'all see me pull him and get him to A4 when the paid tickets reset. He is like the only anniversary unit that has dropped for me more times than not. So not really biased because I got him more, but I use him as much as I can. He is just a fun unit. The change style is genuinely the best thing they added to the game. I want to see more units in the future have the change style mechanic. The same way how when Yellow Yuji have like the additional follow-ups after his main ultimate, and they gave that to Ino afterwards for pretty sure, what is it, Reiki? Yeah, the Reiki skill. They just need to add a change state to somebody, man. I don't care who it is, because I love that mechanic. It adds an extra layer of depth that's not in any other unit in the game currently. What is it, Assert Exorcism as well? One of the coolest, by far the coolest passives in the game, alongside with Cursed Energy Boost. This character has so much going for it, and I love just tinkering around and messing with different teams using this guy because he just has so much going for him. He's kind of like the successful version of Blue Yuji, because Blue Yuji had a lot going for him, but I feel like he had a lot going for him, but he didn't have like anything coherent really going on. It's just like they just smacked a bunch of random stuff on him and just all right, just go with it. But he has a bunch of stuff going on, and you can make a clear-cut, cohesive plan with almost every single skill given to you across a multitude of different teams with multitudes of different conclusions you can reach depending on how you use him. Like, he's great. He's great. I really will enjoy using him in the future. Coming up next, undeniably, the man who fell from grace way too quickly, my boy Blue Sukuna. Oh man, the unit that was quite literally so goated, the game plotted against him and sent him to the Shadow Realm. AKA made it so you couldn't use him really on any stage for Blue Jujutsu. I mean, basically floor 81 has him banned. If you hit the boss with any continuous damage on floor 81, the boss starts regenerating like 22 million health a turn. It's ridiculous. This unit, however, when he first came out, I got him to A5 when the banner first dropped, all skilled at level 10. Whenever I can use this unit nowadays, you bet I find my excuse to. Like, don't get me wrong, this guy is the GOAT over here. But for fun factor, I mean, the Invisible Splashes skill, undeniably a beautiful looking skill. Malevolent Shrine, really fun. He has a lot going for him. And I feel like I have never seen a game quite literally try to cut a man out of the meta, not by power cliffing him, but by making him literally unplayable. It is kind of ridiculous. It kind of just goes back into my argument when I say, like, maybe some that doesn't play their own games because they make units like this cracked and their only conclusion is like, well, you gotta go. So, number 2. At number 1, I mean, you guys already saw it. My boy Zonji. My guy. My God. Listen, being able to attack twice in a single turn is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And not only that, this unit, using him through content, like, don't get me wrong, he was fun to use for Jujutsu-based content, but every time I saw a yellow stage, I was praying that it was Taijutsu, because he's so fun to use. He is genuinely so fun to use. Just being able to pop like a multitude of black flashes in a single turn, have that feed, what is that, into your recollection bits. For example, running like-minded sisters on this guy, if I can find it, is a beauty, because he crits very often, and there's just time periods where you're just going to be able to loop your ultimate over and over and over again because he's hitting crits. And he's also a unit that has, like, I would say, a lot of recollection bit versatility you could use for the most part. Like, you can use this on him and he'd be pretty good and just fine. You would use like-minded sisters on him and be just fine. You could use play of the strong on him and be just fine. You could also just team him up with like such a diverse cast of units and still have a blast. Like, obviously you could tag him up with this Gojo. They phenomenal together, especially because like this Gojo's debuff lasts for 3 turns, and he pops Black Flash on the first turn and is able to do 2 attacks on the same turn for 2 turns. So he's quite literally able to take up all 3 turns of Gojo's Infinite Void debuff. You combo him up with this guy and the boss is going to get shredded through. Obviously, you combine him with my boy Yago over here, things are going to get done dirty. Same with Shoko as well. And he's kind of like the pillar of yellow taijutsu at the moment. I know Toji exists, but at the same time, for the people on Global that summon for Toji, I just want to know why. Because I feel like, in my personal opinion, not even just because I think Yuji's the better overall unit, but it's also because that banner felt like, not even felt, it was so blatantly a bait banner. Like, they really dropped that Toji banner with no paid tickets, and that made it like an auto skip for me. But this guy is the pillar of yellow taijutsu, has been ever since he released. I wonder how long his shelf life is going to last. I mean, it will sadden me today that he inevitably gets power cliffed from yellow taijutsu. I wonder when yellow Toji, when he gets added to standard banner and people get him more to A5, what the comparison videos are going to look like between these two. Is Toji going to potentially take his spot if people start realizing more things about him? Who knows? But that doesn't really matter to me. It's more about the fun. And I found this guy the most fun unit to use in Phantom Parade in the year 2025. So, that is my list of the units I had the most fun with in the year of Phantom Parade. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys are in the Discord, let me know there. Or if you guys want to let me know in the comment section, just straight up, let me know. This is my list. You don't have to agree with it, because we're going to be different people. We're going to have different taste of what we like in a unit. And again, to remind you, this isn't a meta tier list. This isn't this will help you clear the most content the easiest. No. These are just the units that when I use, I feel joy. And I happen to feel joy with a lot of overpowered people. What can I say? But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. It's been Jay, aka It's Ghost Story. Thank you all for however many subscribers that this channel has at the moment, because I'm kind of getting tired of pre-recording videos and it's saying a sub count, and then we're no longer at that sub count way after the video drops. Discord will be in the description down below, also on the channel bio if you'd like to join it and interact with me personally. And yeah, I will see you guys later.